Hey Selena, hey Hillary, welcome to my house, my kitchen. Today I'm gonna make you guys scrambled eggs. It was actually the first thing that came to mind when we were talking about the audition at the pottery place in Vegas. And Hillary always says, go with your instincts. So I'm gonna go with the first thing that I thought of. I got some pretty cool little tips and tricks to kind of make it a little bit different. Maybe something you haven't tried before, but I guess we'll get started. So first what we're gonna do is we're going to look over just all of the ingredients that you need. So we've got eggs, yes. I like using omega plus eggs, as you can see there. Of course, it's probably gonna be different for every state, province, whatever. But I like these eggs because they're nice and orange. Plus also omega-3s are super healthy for you and they're good for your skin, good for your hair, you know, looking all fabulous and stuff. I've got cheese and I've got green onion. This is just to add nice flavor to it. Of course, spatula, whisk, culinary shears. I've got a teaspoon. I've got another spoon. Oh, that's for this. I was like, why do I have two spoons? And then I also have a fork because I'll show you guys exactly what to do with everything. And then coconut oil, and I've also got cooking spray, depending on your preference, and a non-stick frying pan. All right, so we're just gonna get started. First things first is, I always find with eggs, like you kind of need to make more than 4. Any less than that, they kind of cook too quickly, they get a little thin, they kind of burn a little bit easier. So today I'm gonna make about 6. So first what we're gonna do is, first little trick is when you crack an egg, you know, normally people do it on the side like this. Instead, I'm gonna take the handle of my fork and I'm gonna, just like that, and it cracks it right open. See? Super easy. This just makes it so much easier. I mean, like, it seems to squirt all over the place sometimes, but hey, whatever. What's life without a little bit of mess? We cook eggs in our house a lot, right, Mike?
That we do.
Sometimes we would go through, what, like a dozen eggs? How many is this? 2, 4, 6. A dozen eggs, what, in a couple days?
A day.
A day. Shows you how much I pay attention to it. And then, so okay, we got them in our nice little bowl here. I'm gonna use the exact same fork for this. I'm just gonna grab some water. Give me 1 second. So you're probably thinking to yourself, oh my God, why are we adding water to this? Water actually makes the eggs fluffier because it allows oxygen to aerate through it when we whisk it. So it's just 1 teaspoon, so it's 1 teaspoon of water per 6 eggs. We're gonna take it. Some people like the whisk. Honestly, I find the whisk super flimsy. Not really my favorite. I like having a little bit more sturdiness so you can really get the whisking action a lot better. And so you get those air bubbles in there. That's exactly what you want to see when you're whisking. See all the little air bubbles and everything. That's going to create a lighter, fluffier scrambled egg. Okay, I feel like I need to like wipe my hands and it's kind of gross. Okay, so next we're going to turn on our stovetop here. So the reason why we use non-stick is non-stick obviously it just makes everything non-stick as they suggest. It's way easier to clean up and then also you get a nice smoother egg consistency. While we wait for this to heat up, I'll explain sort of like oils you can use. So we've got Pam. This is Mike's favorite because it's low calorie and it's super easy to use. And then we've got coconut oil, which is my favorite. Now I use refined coconut oil because it doesn't have the same like coconut flavor and scent to it. So I'm gonna open it. Yeah, completely scentless, which doesn't then infuse any more flavors into what you're cooking. However, sometimes the virgin coconut oil is really nice when you want to cook up something else, you want to have that nice coconut flavor. So because coconut oil is pretty high calorie, we're only gonna use just about a teaspoon. Ooh, I'd even use a little less than that. Just like this. And we're gonna kind of let that heat up. So something I was always told about scrambled eggs that I always thought was kind of fun little fact was that it's considered the food of love. And the reason why is because, as I explained earlier in the video, you can't, you shouldn't really make less than 4 eggs, right? And so because you want to make more, that generally suggests that you're making it for other people, and we normally make eggs for what? For breakfast, and people who sleep over, they have breakfast with us, so food of love. There we go. All right, so we're gonna get our oil all swished around, evenly coated. Even though it's non-stick, I do still like to use the little bit of oil because it still will kind of burn to the bottom. It needs something to sort of lubricate it through so it doesn't stick to the pan. And I got this pan at like Walmart. It was like 20 bucks, 17 bucks, something like that. Dirt cheap, doesn't need to be super, super fancy. Just gonna toss all these things we don't need away. These eggs. All right, now green onion. So I'm gonna take the green onion and we're gonna actually put it in before the eggs. Now, the reason why we do that, it softens them up, gives it a little bit more sweetness to it, and it infuses the oil with all of the aromatics from the onion. Now, awesome little trick that Mike taught me. I was like, mind blown when he told me this one. I used to sit there on a cutting board and just go to town, and it never actually cuts through all the time, and it leaves a big mess and like more dishes. So Mike said, take some scissors and just cut them like this. So I'm gonna show you how easy you can cut your green onions, just like this, just like you are pruning something. Now I really like the top part of the onion, but Mike really likes the bottom parts of the onion because it has a little bit more of that onion flavor to it. Woohoo! So we're gonna let that kind of like sizzle up here. Let's season our eggs because, hey, why not season it before? So we're gonna use Mediterranean sea salt. Super important. Salt is not bad for you. One of the things that I've learned with dating Mike was that sea salt is not salt in general is not bad for you. It's just having consistent salt levels in your food. That is really super healthy. And then we're gonna use also obviously black pepper. Black pepper needs to go on everything. It contains so many amazing minerals that is so vital to the body. And as I said, look how beautiful and orange that is for eggs. I love when things have a bright, bold color. I think that's why I'm in beauty, because I like things that are nice and attractive. Right, yeah, we all agree. So as you can see, our onions are starting to sizzle up now. I'm gonna clean up a bit more. And for cheese, so the kind of cheese that I'm using today is just like a marble double cheddar or something like that. I don't know, I get it pre-shredded because I'm lazy and I don't really want to have to shred it on my own. We actually don't have a cheese grater in this house because we buy everything pre-shredded, but it's entirely up to you. If you want to take the time to shred it, you can use any kind of cheeses that you want, whatever's your favorite. I recommend something with like a medium to hard kind of density to it rather than a soft cheese because it's just going to melt down too much and then make everything too creamy. I know a lot of people, like going back to the water trick, I know a lot of people use milk. The problem with milk is that it's heavier, right? Like we see the difference between water and we see the difference between milk and consistency, and milk is so much heavier that it's going to weigh down your eggs and it's not going to allow them to stay nice and fluffy. So I'm just going to give these onions a good little stir here. I always love the smell of sauteed onions of any kind. Pretty sure everyone does, and if you don't, we can't be friends. So, all right, we're gonna just pour our eggs in. Why are you laughing?
I feel like a studio director.
A little bit, right? Feels like our house has turned into like our own little like YouTube channel, right? Like it's our own little YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm cooking the eggs on a high heat. It's up to you. Some people like it really slow and steady. Honestly, for me, in the mornings, I just want to eat. So I like cooking mine relatively high, but that means you gotta babysit it. You gotta stand by your eggs. So I'm gonna kind of wait for them to start forming. So you're gonna wanna wait to see it, almost like when you're cooking an omelet. Like you see this little bit right here, it starts to go real sort of yellowy instead of the orange or more firm looking. We want to wait till majority of that kind of forms all the way around the egg. Now with the cheese, it's up to you whether or not you want to put it when it's cooking or you want to put it after. I like it mixed in. Mike likes it on top, so this is just a personal preference at that point. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we kind of move the eggs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of like almost like fold them to keep that aerated consistency to make them nice and fluffy. Because let's face it, fluffy eggs are the best kind of eggs. Fluffy anything. I mean, fluffy lashes, fluffy legs, fluffy legs? No, fluffy eggs. That's what we're going for. Fluffy legs, I wouldn't exactly say would be too sexy, personally. Mike, would you like fluffy legs on me?
No, fluffy legs.
So when it kind of starts to bunch up like that, like to space it out. Same thing, we're gonna just kind of wait. I turned the fan on, but it's gonna like create too much noise, and I don't know, I don't really like the smell of food cooking in my house sometimes. It smells kind of gross. That's just me. So come here for a second, Mike, so I can show you. So you'll see how it's really starting to get really airy. And this is where I'm gonna add some of my cheese in, because this is for me. Of course I made a mess. And we'll fold that. You see all that under there? Like it looks real nice and light. That is exactly what we want to see of our eggs. Never talked about eggs so much in my entire life, not gonna lie. Now, I like more of a wet egg, so a little bit of a runnier consistency. Now, everyone likes it differently. Some people like it with a little bit of like a charred bottom. I don't. I don't like the taste of burnt with my eggs. You can see all that cheese just like melting in there. See all that? Yeah. Sometimes you're not sure if that's a hair. So today I got my hair pulled back because Mike found a hair in his eggs this morning. You're welcome.
Mike usually does find hair in his eggs.
It's because it's first thing in the morning and I'm like too lazy and I don't really like put my hair up. I don't want to do anything.
Well, I don't want to eat your hair either.
Well, fair enough. I mean, flossing, it's like multitasking, multi-purpose. Okay. So these look about done for me. Just gonna put over my plate here. And voila! That's my eggs. Well, oh, let's turn this off because I can hear this burning. So I hope you guys try this at home. And do you like my recipe? Now, I would eat these eggs, but Mike actually picked these up, so I'm gonna eat these eggs, because these are the only eggs I actually want for breakfast. Hilly knows what I'm saying, with that sweet tooth of hers. So, thank you so much for this amazing opportunity, guys, and I really hope you had lots of fun with me today, like I did with you, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you, bye. Oh, and puppies! Hi, Emma! Oh, hi! Oh, we have to give them a little feature moment right here. Oh, right? You say hi? Say hi, Auntie Hillary and Auntie Selena. Say hi. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks.